Don't wait up, I've been working hard every day, living dreams for a pay stub, yeah, straight up. 5 years later, like I said, I would make it on my way up. It's all up, coming from the nation, lay the foundation, true stuff, yeah, too tough. We ain't giving up on our dreams, everything is ahead of us. Stay true to your path, it's not where you start, it's all where you're at. It's where you end up when your back's to the mat. Do you cripple the flat or get up off your back? Deliver these facts to see them react. The stadium's packed, they all gonna snap. The motivated attract, the escalated attack. The frustrated hit back, yeah, we move fast. I wanna change everything, I swear I'll do anything, just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free, I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. It's automatic, I'm always getting after it. If you ain't working, I don't understand what's happening. There's not enough time just to be imagining. You gotta take some action towards practicing. I know it's not easy, but you gotta get out there. Make your own meaning, can't afford to have doubts. They'll interrupt dreaming, I just wanna look out there. The crowd all screaming. I wanna change everything, I swear I'll do anything, just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I'm free, I won't stop till I'm free. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go. I won't stop, no, I won't let go, I won't drop, no, and I won't let go.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, Level Headed with Levi D. Today we will be going over the disappearance of Elle Ragin. I found some very interesting things that I want to go over. This is one that I pray that she's found, and I'm going to tell you all right now, trigger warning on this one, as some stuff at the end is going to be interesting on some of the new releases. But what I want to do is I want to go through, I'll just tell you all right up front right now, I found a Facebook page that is called Elle Ragin Elle Ragin in Northfield, Minnesota. I was going through it. I wanted to do something on this for the last couple of days. I was busy helping my dear friend Purple this morning on her husband had surgery and is at home recuperating now, and she's probably sleeping or listening. And I was over there for 6 hours today, and I wanted to do a live. I wanted to do something for this little girl, Elle Ragin, and I started digging into stuff found on this Facebook page that started on June 3rd. I know she went missing, I believe, was the 27th or the 21st or 27th. Hold on here, I'll tell you in a second. I just want to get to the bottom of this thing here real quick. Hello, Arctic Fox. Hello, Bling. Hello, Checking. I think Lisa was in here earlier. Lisa Cooper. Hello. Empress Nero. Hello. Tragedy Pimps. Hello. Who else I got here? Single mom of 4. Hello. Bear with me here for 1 second. I actually had to run to the store quick before I got here. So, all right, here we go. So, I'm familiar kind of, I don't know, and Checking can correct me if I'm wrong, Nor I don't know if they're that far apart as according to this map where Minneapolis is and Northfield's that far south of Minneapolis. But we'll go over that later in this live when I bring up the map. We are going to. So here, according to Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, endangered missing child update, Northfield PD. This is July 3rd at 10:16 a.m. So Northfield PD provided an update on the search for Elle Ragin, 6 of Northfield. This afternoon, anyone with information on the disappearance of Elle or her current whereabouts is urged to contact Northfield PD at 507 645 4477 or dial 911. I am 50 minutes away south from me. I am outside of St. Paul. Perfect. That gives me a better idea there. Or call 911. So Northfield Police Department is requesting the public's assistance in locating an endangered missing child. Elle Ragin, 6, is approximately 3 foot 6 inches tall, 45 pounds, with brown curly hair, brown eyes. Elle Ragin's mother, Lisa Wade, 39, was located deceased of an apparent S on Saturday, July 2nd. In their Northfield apartment. Investigators believe Wade may have been involved in her daughter's disappearance. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Elle or who have seen Ragin or Wade over the past 2 weeks is urged to call 911 or Northfield Police Department or dial 911. So I wanted to start back here because we're going to cover some of the unfoldings that have happened. So that was by Northfield Police missing person. I'm just going to click on there and see what this actual article is real quick. As that loads there is a release, another article here as well. Wow. All right, so okay, so that is all right. So this article I can read. Well, that's from the 25th or from July 5th. So I'm gonna wait to read this one until we get there. That was an update as of July 5th. The Mississippi Park where items were found is, I believe, the river that the river runs fast. Yes. So checking. So I don't know if any of you guys that are in chat here, if you guys watch Adventures with Purpose, they were over here at the Illinois-Iowa border searching for a missing person that was in that. But the last place they were seen is the Mississippi. So the Mississippi runs so fast that it's very normal for somebody to be found miles and miles and miles away. Even floating vehicles, like when somebody drives off the road or goes into that river, it flows so fast that it's not the normal situation where you have like 13 or 14 seconds that the vehicle is fully engulfed by water. It actually takes longer because it flows down the river, and then it actually floats underneath the water for a lot longer too. So just keep those in mind. This article is from July 3rd. We will play this little thing here. Cool Frog, thanks for coming in, buddy.
First tonight, developing news in Northfield, where police are asking for your help finding a missing 6-year-old girl after the apparent suicide of her mother.
Take a look at this picture. This is Elle Ragin. Police say she is 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighs about 45 pounds, and has brown eyes and curly brown hair. Our Eric Shalou joins us live at the center of this search in Northfield tonight with the very latest. Eric?
Yeah, Northfield police have the road blocked off behind me, an officer only allowing residents to go into their homes as investigators are at the townhome where the mother and daughter lived. We've learned that federal, along with state and local police, are trying to find the 6-year-old little girl after her mother was found dead. Northfield police are trying to find 6-year-old Elle Ragin after her mother, Lisa Wade, was found dead late Saturday morning.
Police have reason to believe that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter. Involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter before taking her own life.
When people hear law enforcement feels she may have played a role in the disappearance.
Don't you love the buffering? Yeah, this is going to be a sad one. That's why I was telling people trigger warning from the beginning, because I'm seeing some of this stuff for the first time as well. Let's see if that buffered long enough here.
Disappearance. Explain to us what that means and how you got to that.
Taking her own life.
When people hear law enforcement feels she may have disappearance, explain to us what that means and how you got to that point.
Share at this time. Obviously, we're investigating. We're looking into the information that we have. And that's as far as I can go at this time with that.
Authorities say Wade, age 39, is believed to have died by suicide in the townhome in the 600 block of Maplebrook Court. That's when the search began for Elle, who lived at the home with her mother. Do you feel she's the victim of foul play at this point?
We are unsure at this point.
The State Patrol helicopter searched a cornfield near the family's townhouse. All day Saturday, neighbors say law enforcement canvassed their community for the 6-year-old.
For a kid to be missing right here and all the other unfortunate circumstances to be going on is it's a little unnerving.
On Sunday, neighbor Carlos Cortez says families have kept their kids inside.
Neighborhood is pretty quiet though. It's quiet. It's a perfect family neighborhood though. A lot of kids on the back. Nobody's playing on the back.
Northfield's police chief Mark Elliott says he's not giving up hope they will find Elle.
And our prayers are we will be able to find Elle safe somewhere. And our deepest sympathies go out to the family for their loss and the loss of Lisa. We know that's we are very hopeful for a positive outcome here.
So there we have that portion of it. Let me escape out of there real quick. All right. So there's that. Was on the 3rd of July. Then we come up press release Saturday, July 2nd, 2022 at 11:49 a.m. Northfield Police was called to the residence of the 600 block for the for an apparent a 39-year-old female resident of the home. So Lisa Wade police have reason to believe that Wade may be involved in the disappearance of the 6-year-old daughter before taking her own life. The whereabouts of her daughter is unknown. Police are actively searching this case and are asking for the public's assistance in locating 6-year-old Elle Ragin. If anyone has seen her, please contact the police department. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is assisting with the investigation. And then they put it in Spanish as well. They had that in an official letterhead there by the police. Then we go, investigators said, hold on here 1 second. Here we're at the 3rd. They show a lot of the same thing here real quick. So we'll bring this up here. Show you this article here, or not this one, sorry. So here's a press release from July 3rd, official one from the Hello True Crime Tribe. Press release from July 3rd, 2022. Missing person investigation. The Northfield Police Department is investigating a case of a 6-year-old Elle Ragin. Her mother, Lisa, was discovered at the family home in the 600 block of Maple Court on July 2nd, 2022. Police have reason to believe that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter. Elle's, at this point, on July 3rd, Elle's location is unknown. Authorities are processing the family home and vehicle for clues of disappearance and have conducted searches of the area with K9 teams, drones, and state police helicopters with negative results. Police were actively investigating the case and asking for the public's assistance in locating her. So that was on July 3rd. And we'll get to some of the other stuff where they start searching where they went, not far from home. Yeah, thinking the same. Yeah, so you won't want to miss the end of this, because if you saw that they processed the home on July 3rd, when they processed the home, there's some new info that came out today in an article that I'm going to read at the end. Lisa Wade may have been involved. More stuff from the 3rd. Police are searching for her on the 3rd. Another post on the 4th here. Developing story on the 4th. We'll watch this one. Waiting for this one to come up. Oh, yeah, yes, this is my state. This is an article. Article going over investigators are attempting to piece together a timeline. They hope they can lead them to where Elle's mom, Lisa Wade, was in the past 2 weeks. This is from July 4th. What they do know is no one had seen Elle or her mom since then. They believe the 6-year-old could be in danger. I don't think they were searching today. Bystanders said, notice how quiet her block is on Monday. No kids riding scooters, bicycles, since news of what happened next door spread throughout the neighborhood. I didn't know her personally at all. I would wave at her at all, but I never got to know her personally. Was quotes from somebody that that was a neighbor. Wade's daughter was very friendly. Her little Elle was just an absolute darling, just a darling little girl, and loved the sight of her dog, of the bystander's dog here. Here we go. I can play this here.
Dear sir, I am anxious to learn about my sisters.
Sorry, folks, having a little internet.
He understood the importance of bringing together the brand your family.
My internet doesn't want to cooperate today. This is going to be what I'm going to show you is a little report that was done by the neighbors here as soon as it loads up here. Bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to close something else up here real quick. See if that helps to give me some more bandwidth. All right, while that's loading there, we'll continue on here. Then there's a lot of chatter from July 4th, and then here is a post from July 5th with an article. A lot happened in July 5th. They did put out the wrong picture on one of the photos that was an official police update. Hello, Susan. No, they didn't have a dog. Her daughter, Elle, loved the neighbor's dog. You'll see it once this video wants to play here. All right. We should be good here. I'm going to mute and play the video here.
And police say she might be in danger. Elle Ragin is about 3 feet 6 inches tall.
Elle Ragin.
Developing here at home, a 6-year-old girl is missing. And police say she might be in danger. Elle Ragin is about 3 feet 6 inches tall, with curly brown hair and brown eyes. Police found her mother's body Saturday morning inside their Northfield apartment. Investigators believe she died by suicide. Our Reg Chapman was in Northfield today, where there are still a lot more questions than answers, Reg.
That's right, Jeff. The most pressing question for many in Northfield is, where is 6-year-old Elle Ragin? Local police have been searching for the missing child since Saturday, but on this July 4th holiday, we went to the street where the search began to find no activity. Here along Maplebrook Street in Northfield, there are no visible signs of search crews, canines, drones, or volunteers looking for little Elle. What we did find is an empty street with no children playing and a Northfield police officer sitting in his squad watching over the home where 39-year-old Lisa Wade, Elle's mom's body, was found. We spoke with a woman who tells us it's been quite a few days since she's seen her neighbor.
I hadn't seen her for at least the last 2 weeks. And the last time I looked out my front door, and she was standing out on the sidewalk looking up toward my door. And I think she was probably waiting to see, because of course the dogs get in the window, and I think she was probably waiting to see if she'd see a dog.
Now, Northfield police are looking to speak with anyone who may have seen or spoken to Elle or her mom in the past 2 weeks. Once again, lots of questions and no answers. All we know is police believe little Elle could be in danger, Jeff.
So there's that one. Now we're going to move forward to we're going to move forward to the 5th here. Investigators searching for missing 6-year-old. This is from the 5th. Published at 1:25 p.m. and then updated at 5. Updated at 5:15 p.m. on July 25th here. So here's a little thing here. During a press conference on Tuesday afternoon, officials said they were searching Mississippi River Park near Rice for Elle Ragin. The child's mother, 39, Lisa Wade, was found at the residence. And then police say she is a suspect in Ellie's disappearance. Investigators say Elle was last seen alive on June 19th. Police say cell phone records show on June 21st, Wade drove her black Honda CRV from her house in Northfield to Rice at around 3 p.m. that afternoon. Wade's cell phone was turned off and wasn't turned back on. On the June 23rd, a Stearns County deputy had contacted with Wade on the park near her car. Had made contact with Wade at the park near her car. She was alone and told deputies she had lost her phone and car keys while hiking and needed help. Deputies arranged for a tow truck to take her car to St. Cloud dealership for a new key. Police say during the week of June 25th, Wade had contact with family and seemed troubled. On Sunday, Northfield police asked the Stearns County Sheriff's Office to search the park and the river for Elle. Officials say Elle's cell phone was found on land while Wade's cell phone and purse were found in the river. Investigators say Mississippi River Park will remain closed until further notice. The case remains active and more information will be released then. So that was on July 5th. Thanks for coming in, Frosty. So on July 3rd, 2022, at approximately 9 p.m., the Stearns County Sheriff's Office was requested to assist Northfield Police with a missing persons case. So on the 3rd and 4th of July, and again today, which was the 5th, the Sheriff's Office and members of Stearns Stearns Benton Sheriff's Office dive team assisted in the search for missing juvenile at the Mississippi River County Park located in northeastern Stearns County. Regarding the Northfield Police Department, the Sheriff's Office worked in conjunction with Northfield Police Department and the Minnesota BCA. Also assisted where several area fire departments, St. Stephen's Fire Department, Sartell Fire Department, and Rice Fire Department, and members of the volunteer North Star Search and Rescue Team. The Sheriff's Office has no further information to release at this time and considers this case to be open and active until further notice. And the park is closed to the public. Hello, Savannah. Hello, Kitty Bug. And welcome in anybody else that I missed. Sorry, I had to shut down one of my chat things to save my band here. All right, we're going to watch this one from the 5th. All right, so I'll read this one to you and show it here. So, press release update. Northfield Police Department held a press conference today, which was the 5th, at 3 p.m., updating information on the investigation of missing 6-year-old Elle. The following information was discussed at that time. As of this time, authorities have been unable to locate Elle. We continue to ask for the public's assistance in sharing any information they have concerning the disappearance of Elle or her current whereabouts. Officers and agents have followed up on hundreds of leads in the case that has developed in the past 3 days. First reported on July 2nd at about noon. The recap of the original call is the Northfield Police Department was called to the residence 604 Maplebrook Court by an extended family member for a welfare check. Police discovered an apparent her mother was there, found deceased at the residence. Police are unable to locate Wade's 6-year-old daughter. Police searched the house and surrounding areas with officers, K-9 teams, drones, helicopters, and did not locate Elle or any evidence outside of the home. So that's keywords, any evidence outside of the home. What did I miss? Hello, Purple. Hello, Kristen. My husband says is there. So initial investigation revealed that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of the 6-year-old daughter, and then it's Ellie was last seen. So here's the facts. Ellie was last seen on Sunday, June 19th. On the 21st, about noon, Lisa drove from her home in Northfield to Mississippi River Park in Stearns County, just outside of Rice, in a black Honda SRV. We learned this information from her cell phone records obtained by search warrant. At about 3 p.m., her cell phone shut off in the area of the park and has not turned on since that time. On June 23rd, at about 9 a.m., Stearns County deputies had contact with her in the park near her parked vehicle. She told the deputies she lost her phone and car keys while hiking in the park and needed assistance. She was alone at the time. The deputy assisted her in arranging for a tow for the vehicle to a dealership in St. Cloud to get a new key made. During the week of the 25th, Lisa had contact with family members and seemed distraught. When officers learned of Mississippi Park location, teams of K-9 drones, dive teams, boats, underwater search drones, along with public safety search teams, searched the park and the Mississippi River. The search revealed evidence related to this case, including the discovery of Elle's cell phone on land and Lisa's cell phone and purse containing her driver's license and vehicle key fob in the river. The search of the park and river is ongoing, and the park and this portion of the river is closed to the public at this time and by the order of the Stearns County Sheriff's Office. Investigators have been able to locate video of Lisa between June 23rd and July 2nd at various locations, but Elle was not seen with her at those times. They're trying to get lab results. An autopsy was performed on Lisa Wade, and we are awaiting the lab results for final autopsy report. The BCA Crime Lab has completed processing of the home, and lab and analysts is pending on any item of evidence recovered from the home. Additional analysis of her vehicle is in process. Lab analysts of items recovered at the park are in process. This is an open, active, ongoing investigation. So that was on the 5th.
Assistance in sharing any information that they have concerning the disappearance of Elle Ragin or her current whereabouts. Officers and agents have followed up on hundreds of leads and case information that have developed in the past 3 days, and this was first reported on July 2nd at about noon. A recap of that original call is that the Northfield Police Department was sent to a residence at 604 Maplebrook Court in Northfield by a call from an extended family member. Police discovered an apparent suicide of the 39-year-old resident that was ID'd as Lisa Wade. We were unable to locate Wade's 6-year-old daughter, Elle Ragin, at that time. Police searched the house and surrounding area with officers, cane teams, drones, and a helicopter. We did not locate Elle or any other evidence outside of the home. The initial investigation revealed that Wade may have been involved in the disappearance of her 6-year-old daughter before taking her own life. Since that time, the investigation has continued, and it has revealed the following information. Elle was last seen on Sunday, June 19th. On June 21st at about noon, Lisa Wade drove from her home in Northfield to Mississippi River Park in Stearns County, just outside of Rice, Minnesota. We learned this information obtained through cell phone records that were obtained through a search warrant. At about 3 p.m. on that day, her cell phone shut off in the area of the park and has not turned on since that time. On June 23rd at about 9 a.m., Stearns County deputy had contact with Lisa in the park, and at that time, her vehicle was parked at the park. She told the deputy she lost her phone and car keys while hiking the trails in the park, and she needed assistance. She was alone at that time, and the deputy assisted her in arranging for a tow for her vehicle to a local dealership to get a key. During the week of June 25th, Lisa had contact with family members and seemed distraught. When officers learned of the Mississippi Park location, teams of canines, drones, dive teams, underwater search drones, along with public safety search teams searched the park and the Mississippi River. The search revealed evidence related to this case, including the discovery of Elle's cell phone on land and Lisa's cell phone and purse containing her driver's license and vehicle key fob in the river. The search of the park and the river but Elle was not seen with her at any of those times. An autopsy was performed on Lisa Wade, and we are awaiting lab results for the autopsy report. The BCA Crime Lab has completed processing of the home, and lab analysis is pending on any items of evidence that we've recovered, as well as additional analysis of her vehicle. Lab analysis of the items that recovered in the park is also pending. This is an open and active investigation. We will have updates and new information as it's discovered, and we'll be sure to update you folks. We are continuing to get a very high level of support from the Rice and Stearns County Sheriff's Department, the Minnesota BCA, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Minneapolis Field Office. And with that, I will take a few questions.
You have reason to believe at this point that Elle's body may still be then in the park or in the river?
Yeah, with the information I provided, obviously we don't know that for sure, but we think it's a pretty good guess, and that's where we've concentrated our search efforts at this time.
When the family member said she was distraught, did they elaborate? Is there anything you could share about how she was distraught or what about?
Yeah, there's nothing I can share at this time about that.
I guess in that same vein, is there anything you can share about the relationship between the mother and daughter, and if those family members may have said anything that would have led to what this outcome possibly be?
Yeah, what has been described to us is that Elle and her mother had a very close relationship, that it was very uncommon to have one seen without the other. Outside of work or school where they would be separated, it was just very, very uncommon to see one without the other.
When we talked to you on Sunday, you were holding out hope that you would find her alive. In the last 24 hours, is that changing?
We are still extremely hopeful, but based on the information and evidence we have at this time, we are concerned that we may not be able to find her.
When the deputy encountered her in the park, was she in her car, outside her car? What was she doing?
She was outside of her car. A park maintenance employee actually encountered her first and contacted the deputy. So she was outside of her car. She was conversational with the deputy at that time as far as needing assistance with being locked out of her car. That's something I would say would not be all that uncommon for law enforcement, especially when you start talking rural around county or state parks that occasionally people lose their keys, that type of thing. So I would say that the encounter seemed appropriate at that time.
You said her keys and her phone were found in the river or in the park?
They were found in the river.
How close were they to Elle's phone in the river?
They were not in an immediate location, same location, but they were within the park.
Was Elle's phone in the river too, or in the park?
Elle's phone was found on land, and it was not an active cell phone.
Are you aware of anything that would have changed in Lisa's life recently that would have created an atmosphere or anything that could have happened? Obviously, something that led to suicide.
I would say that that's obviously a focal point for our investigation, and that we are continuing to look into that.
What areas did you have her on video when you shot?
That's not something we'll discuss at this time.
Were you able to find any other witnesses who were in the park that saw it there that day?
We have not talked to any witnesses that would have seen her in the park. Certainly, we would encourage folks, if they have had contact with her or had contact with her at the park, to let us know that.
I would assume that for everyone in this park, you would think that there would have been some people there that day at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Stearns County parks, so hard for me to say. It is fairly rural. It's outside of Rice, which is a small town, north of Sartell, St. Cloud area, but fairly rural.
Do you have any other connections to that area that would bring her there?
Not that we're aware of at this time.
What's next?
Well, we're going to continue a very diligent investigation, especially around that park area. I think some of your news helicopters have been up there today, and certainly we've had search teams out there, and we'll continue to do that. At this point, we've spent well over a day and a half now searching the river in that area. But we'll continue to look there as well as follow up on any other lead tips. I know we've got tips that continue to come in, and we're continuing to follow up on those. Pardon me? I do.
We appreciate the info as law enforcement officer, but as a father, as a community member, where your heart and your head right now.
This is difficult. This is a very difficult investigation for everybody we have on this team. Whether they have kids, their nieces, nephews, this is a breaking case. 6-year-old being missing, I can't think of one that is much more difficult to investigate than this.
The park is the focal point of your investigation. Are there any other areas still in the Northfield area that you're searching?
We don't have any other solid leads at this point that put a geographic location field. Like I said, that initial search revolved around the home, and it did not reveal any information that was useful outside of the home.
Do you think the two were there alone, or do you think there's somebody else maybe with them? Are you looking for anyone else?
That would be speculation, but at this time, I don't believe we have any information that would lead us to believe that there is somebody else in Elle's disappearance.
How long will that park be closed and searched?
That will depend on the search teams that are there. We have some very experienced search teams up there, and once they get to the point they feel that their physical search and the technology that they use to assist them has satisfactorily cleared that area, they'll be cleared. At this time in the park, it is focused on river search. Yes, and I haven't ever been part of a underwater search team, but as I understand, they have some pretty advanced technology as far as side sonar location for underwater, and they are making the most of using those resources.
What agencies then are all involved in specifically searching in the water?
I hate to leave any out, but some that I'm aware of, obviously the Stearns and Benton County dive team has been up there. Minnesota Search and Rescue, which has both bloodhounds, cadavers that search both land and water. They've been involved with this. They have some sonar capabilities as well. We've enlisted the assistance of others from around the state that I am not familiar with, but local dive teams are to assist with that. The Minnesota State Patrol, BC, FBI, and assisting us with that search as well. Okay. Thank you, folks. If I missed you when you came in, if you put your press conference or press contact info on that sheet, I'll make sure you get a press release of this update, as well as any future updates.
All right. So that was very important for me to show to you guys. The reason being is very thorough in everything that they're talking about. And if any of you that are in here, if you don't know, Minnesota is known as the land of the 10,000 lakes. There's water everywhere there. That Mississippi River flows very, very fast there. Here at the end of this, I will link to Adventures with Purpose. They do little boats and they search for cold case people that went missing with their vehicles, and the people vanished, and they recover a lot of people in a lot of old cases and some new cases. They talk about pretty much on every episode how fast that it takes for somebody to go down a river, and you'll just have to search through their stuff. They have a big, huge following, and they have a very good mission. Let's go back here to some more up-to-date stuff that has just happened. We'll throw that back on over there and this over here. So hold on here. I'm going to get out of that one. Been nice to see you guys' conversation. And Savannah, I'm not ignoring you. I'll let you guys talk that one out. And then after this live, I'm going to go back through and read your comments and see what I can do to help. Or what it is that you guys were discussing there, which is important. Yeah, AWP there's some pretty cool people. 2 days ago, Justin, police say Elle was last seen on June 19th. Her cell phone number, we already covered that. Press will release from there. Police concerned missing Northfield girl may not be found. Hold on here 1 second. Yesterday at 10 a.m., there was an update. I'm going to see if no, Savannah, you're good. You keep going and talking about your that stuff, because I really want to. I'm really interested, and I want to read everything that you say. That'll be great. Northfield Police Chief Mark Elliott provides an update on the search of the missing 6-year-old. This was as of yesterday, but this is a radio thing. I'm going to play a little bit of this and see if he talks about anything else. So I'm just going to push play here and see if it's the same interview or if it's a new one. But this is him on KYMN radio.
Listening to 95.1 FM and AM 1080 KYMN Northfield. We'll have sports for you in just a few minutes, but right now we do have Northfield's police chief, Mark Elliott, joining us. Chief, thank you so much for coming in today.
Good morning, Jeff, and good morning, listeners.
It has been a very eventful 4th of July weekend for a lot of different reasons, but we wanted to bring you in to give us kind of an update on what is the latest information you have on the missing girl, the 6-year-old Elle Ragin, P.S. What's the latest?
So we did a press conference yesterday with an update on kind of our latest information, and we have been searching Mississippi River Park up outside of Rice, Minnesota, and Stearns County. That's where her cell phone last shut off, the mother. And so we searched that area pretty extensively over the last 3 days, and we have not been able to locate Elle, but we did locate actually Elle's cell phone, and then Lisa Wade, the mother's cell phone, car keys, and her purse. And that's obviously important to this case because we also discovered that the mother, Lisa Wade, had contact with the deputy on the 23rd there and had said she was hiking and lost her purse, which contained her phone and keys, and needed help to be able to get another key to be able to leave. And so so we know she was up there then. And, you know, we're still looking for anybody that's had any information or had seen Elle or Lisa after June 19th. We've talked to some people who saw them together on the 19th, so we know she was there. You know, this is a tough case. I think everybody in the public knows that. I've certainly heard from a lot of people around town, and you know they're concerned, and it's a heartbreaking case. And we're still hopeful that we can locate Elle. You know, maybe friends or something like that. But at this point, we just don't have any evidence that's the case.
Chief Mark Elliott is with us. We're talking about the disappearance of Elle Ragin. From a standpoint of friends in the immediate circle, you've mentioned there was some contact with some family members during that time. Did she have many friends in this area that she talked with? Have you got any information from them?
I would say she had a smaller friend group from what we can tell than your average person in the community. Her and Elle were very close, and she really spent a lot of time with Elle and focusing on that. Certainly some other parents through school, through sports, she had some interactions with, but not a lot that we can tell. And some family in the area, which she had some contact with, but again, not a lot. And of course, the mother, Lisa Wade, by all indications, what we have so far is it looks like she committed suicide, and that makes it difficult. Obviously, we can't get any information there. And just this situation overall really highlights the importance of having some support and the importance of mental health for all of us. We've talked about it on the air here. We've got some new resources in the county here, our community-based coordinators, which can help people navigate that need for mental health support. They provide crisis mental health support, but they can also, just folks that are struggling day to day, they can put them in touch with resources to help folks. I'm sure we've all experienced those times where things just seem overwhelming to us, and it's really helpful to have someone to talk to. So we really encourage people, if they're struggling, reach out. Nationwide, we're going to see the rollout of 988 later this month, which is a crisis line for mental health, substance abuse, people who are battling things like that. They can dial 988 and they will be connected immediately with resources that can help them.
From the standpoint of the ongoing investigation, you've had the BCA, the FBI have been involved in this. Who is leading the investigation at this point going forward?
Well, it's our case, it's our investigation. But obviously, we're a small department. We have limited resources. So certainly those partners bring a lot more resources for us, both in the terms of people, investigators, but also technological capabilities. We mentioned that we have used some cell phone data to be able to track her movements, and working with those other partners, they have technical investigators that are very experienced and have the tools, software tools and things like that to help us analyze that data.
Police Chief Mark Elliott is with us. Anything else you'd like to pass along to the public about this particular case?
We've had folks reach out and say, hey, we'll come and help search. And certainly if we need that, we will reach out and we will ask for help from the public or from groups if we need that. We don't have anywhere to search right now other than the areas that we're aware of. If something does become available, we will make that announcement and ask for help.
There's one other event that happened over the weekend that has been brought to our attention by some neighbors in Greenvale area about a death of a young man over the weekend as well. It kind of got lost within all the chaos that has been happening over the weekend. Can you shed any light on a death in Greenvale Apartments?
Yeah, we did have
All right, I wanted to stop there right there because that was all that they said about Elle there. That's a very good thing that they're speaking out about this. They're being very open in this investigation, which helps us see the facts and the information coming out. And I do believe that has a big reason to do with that the mother is no longer with us. And rest in peace. And Elle is still missing, and they are a smaller community and want to spread the awareness out there. And that's definitely appreciated, especially for us YouTubers here. All right, I'm just going to jump to the case here. Hold on here one second. Just want to see if this is what. Okay, so that's the same. So here, I'm going to cut to the chase here. So this is the article of the article. Hello, yeah. So listen up. If you've been here this whole time, listen up, because this is where everything turns around. Remember, I said that they did an investigation at the home. This was the townhouse that they lived in. They processed the scene, right? So they processed the vehicle, they processed the garage, they processed the rest of the home. All right. They sent evidence into a lab. They also did an autopsy on the mother, right? So here's where everything. So they see this mother on video footage without her daughter for several days, several times, several sightings. There was even an encounter out at the. They did not find any outside evidence, but we're gonna find out if that's true here. So I do have an article here from northfieldnews.com. And I can link it in my description after this, so you guys can go read it and take a look. So they processed the scene, right? So the article, here's the article. Police concerned missing Northfield girl may not be found alive. Authorities are searching the Mississippi River and the park near St. Cloud for a missing Northfield 6-year-old. The mother of Elle Ragin visited the park twice before she died and left a note saying the girl is dead. This is in quotes, we are still extremely hopeful, but based on the information and the evidence that we have at this time, we are concerned that we may not be able to find Elle alive. Northfield Police Chief Mark Elliott said at a press conference. Lisa Wade was found at the home on Maplebrook Court in Northfield on Saturday morning after a relative requested for a welfare check. A note was found at the residence that stated, Elle is dead. I love you all. I am so sorry. And that's in quotes. According to the search warrant application, so here's some more info. Blood and hair were found in the garbage can in the garage. The court document states a cadaver dog was alerted to a scent in the vehicle in the garage. According to the warrant application that sought and received a judge's permission to review Wade's cell phone records, Elliott said Tuesday those records showed Wade was at the Mississippi County Park in Stearns on June 21st. The cell phone was shut off in the area of the park and was not turned back on. 2 days later, Stearns County deputy encountered Wade alone near a vehicle at the park. Wade said she lost her keys and phone while hiking. The deputy helped her arrange for her vehicle to be towed. Wade's purse, which contained her keys, has since been recovered from the river. Elle's cell phone was found on land in the park. Family members spoke to Wade after June 23rd and described her as distraught. Elliott said investigators have located video of Wade alone in public between June 23rd and July 2nd. Ellie was last seen on June 19th. We're going to continue a very diligent investigation, especially around the park area. The search is concentrated on Stearns County Park and the Mississippi River. But Elliott and investigators continue to explore other leads as well, and authorities already have investigated hundreds of leads. A number of law enforcement agencies have been involved: K-9 units, drones, dive teams, underwater search, and Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, and the FBI. So I read this. This comes out a couple days ago that we're processing the scene. They did find hair and blood in a garbage can, which is evidence that had to be turned over and processed. So keeping that in mind as well, this is just heartbreaking. This poor little girl. So from Northfield to Rice, it is 2 hours and 1 minute, 121 miles is what it is. If you took another direction, it's 124 miles and 2 hours and 5 minutes. That was posted on here. Hold on here 1 second. So on July 6th here, there's another press conference. All right. I'll put that one up here on the screen. All right. On July 3rd, Stearns County office was asked to assist the Northfield police. The 3-day after extensive search, items were recovered at the park, led us to believe it is possible that at one point Elle may have been at the park. The 3-day search consisted of over 100 volunteers on foot, several K9 units, water patrol with side scan sonar, UAVs, and the Minnesota State Patrol helicopter, and the Stearns Benton County Sheriff's dive team. At this time, Elle has not been located. The sheriff's office will continue to monitor the river over the next few days. The Stearns County's office is requesting anyone living along the Mississippi from Mississippi River Park to Sartell Dam to monitor your shoreline for any items related to this investigation and promptly call either Benton County or Stearns County Sheriff's Office if they notice anything unusual. The Sheriff's Office will continue to work with the Northfield Police Department in this investigation and is considered ongoing at this time. If you have any information, please contact the Stearns County Sheriff's Office at 320-251-4240 or the Northfield Police Department at 507-663-9302. That was updated July 6th, which was yesterday. So let's take a look here and see if we have any other updates real quick. So there was mention of her father. I want to research before I say what his name is and where he's located. I have found him. I didn't. Somebody that's helping me has found him on Facebook, and I need to look into that a little bit more before I talk about it. He is not in Minnesota, though. Hold on here 1 second. All right. That's going to conclude. I do know there was a letter written about them being good people. I don't know what happened. The best we can do is continue to follow this investigation. Wait for the police. They're very outcoming with what's going on. I've have a place that I fish at in Minnesota. My grandparents' parents have a place on a lake there. It's very friendly people. The police are very good people there. This just doesn't sit right with them. They're gonna do everything and anything to bring her home, one way or another. And it's just a sad little story here that happened. And hopefully as stuff unfolds, I can bring updates and stuff to everybody. I just want to look for one more thing here real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss something while we're alive real quick. You haven't seen any updates there. I just want to check their posts real quick. There's a poster. That looks like all there is for now. I will be following this one as updates come in and stuff. It looks like they had some bad weather come through the area. Yeah, as this one unfolds, I am going to. The father lives in a whole other state, a long ways away. It's out there. It's on the Find Her Facebook page. His actual thing. Prayers go out to them as well. And until the next one, be on the lookout for some other smaller lives. I thought this one was important. There was a lot of info here to put out for Elle. And I want to, before I go here, I want to show you something. Just give me 1 second to bring it up here real quick. And while I'm doing this, if you guys hit the like button. It definitely helps for people to come and be interested in what I'm trying to do here with these missing people. And it helps me to grow. If you're not sub and you're watching this, please hit the thumb or the subscription so that I can get boosted up so that more people become aware of missing people out there. And also, if you have social media and stuff, by all means, go ahead and share this out there. I do want to show you guys this real quick. And I do want to drop their link in my chat. If you don't follow me on other social medias, please do so. So they have 2.29 million followers. I'll just put this up right here. Yes, Katie Bug, I would agree 150%. The problem is what day and how far down. So here's their Adventures with Purpose, this page. join the movement, become a team member. So there's a movement here. They solved Jed Hall's case, missing for 4 years. A missing mother, 28 years missing. They were searching for Roseanne. Solved cold case with Adventures with Purpose. Mother goes missing 28 years ago. I've been watching them for a long time here. So they do videos. It does get a little gory at sometimes. Sometimes definitely. But if you want to learn how fast the Missouri or the Mississippi River or the Missouri River, how fast both of those rivers flow, and what happens when you're searching it for a car, for a person, it flows pretty fast. They got tons and tons of videos. Everything that they do, they document, and definitely, if you like true crime stuff or cold cases, these are good guys. They run as a business. Without us, they go out, they travel in without people watching them and giving them views. They got a lot of followers. And they do upgrade a camper. They do have boats. They do have other stuff. They are an active, boots on the ground. They're divers is what they are. And it all costs money for them to go across and look for all these people. So they do run it as a business, but at the same time, they've recovered tons of people. And it is awesome. I did drop their link in chat. Definitely go subscribe to them. Watch them. I definitely really, really appreciate them out there. And on that note, everybody be safe, be kind to one another. And most importantly, in these missing people cases, if you see something, you most definitely need to say something. Until the next one, I will be back shortly.
Working hard every day, yeah, straight up, straight up, like I said, I would make it on my way up, it's on the way up, coming from the nation, the foundation, true stuff, yeah, foundation, true stuff, we ain't giving up on our dreams, everything is ahead of us, on our dreams, everything is ahead of us, where you start, it's all where it's at, where you end up, on your back to the hats, where you quit, put a flag, or get up off your back, deliver these facts, to see them react, the stadium's packed, say y'all gonna react, the motivated attack, the escalated attack, the frustrated hit back, yeah, we move fast, straight hit back, yeah, we move fast. I wanna change everything. I wanna change everything. I swear I'll do anything. Just to get where I wanna be. I won't stop till I feel I won't stop. I won't stop. I'll stop. Won't drop. And I won't let go. Won't stop. Won't stop. Don't go. Won't drop. Always getting after it. If you ain't working, I don't understand what's happening. It's not enough time just to be imagining. You gotta take some action towards practicing. I know it's not easy, but you gotta get out there. You gotta get out there. Can't afford to help out there. Interrupting. I just wanna look out there. The crowd all screaming. I want